Hello friends, I am Vivek Sehgal and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this series of income tax, I have already covered the topics income tax basics and exemptions. In the last video, we saw exemptions under section 10 of the Income Tax Act. I am giving the links to the earlier videos in the description below. Do watch these videos to have a better understanding of the subject. Exemptions, as we know now, are those income which are exempted from tax. They are never a part of the taxable income. One of very important exemptions is HRA, house rent allowance. In my last video, I had specifically mentioned that I will be covering HRA as it is a detailed subject in a separate video. So in today's video, I will be covering HRA as an exemption and explain how to calculate HRA and how it can be used for tax planning. If you are a salaried employee and you would have seen your salary slip, you would have seen there are a lot of components in the salary slip. Basic, DA, LTA, HRA, etc. While basic and DA are always taxable, it is this component HRA which is used effectively for tax planning. HRA usually forms 25 to 50% of your salary. So let us look at what HRA is, how HRA exemption is computed and how it can be used in tax planning.
एचआरए का एग्जम्पशन अवेल करने के लिए दो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होना जरूरी है। यू शुड बी अ सैलरीड एम्प्लॉय और आपकी सैलरी का एक पार्ट आपको एचआरए की फॉर्म में मिलना चाहिए, जो कि ज्यादातर कंपनीज देती हैं। आप अपनी सैलरी स्लिप में एचआरए कंपोनेंट चेक कर सकते हैं। सेकेंड, यू शुड बी लिविंग इन अ रेंटेड अकोमोडेशन एंड पेइंग रेंट। लेकिन अगर आप अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ उनके घर में भी रह रहे हैं, तब भी आप इस एग्जम्पशन को क्लेम कर सकते हैं बाय शोइंग द रेंट पेमेंट। Once these two conditions are met, the exemption is calculated as the minimum of actual HRA received as per your payslip, actual rent paid to landlord or to the parents minus 10% of the basic salary, and third, 50% of the salary in metros and 40% on non-metros. Here, salary includes basic and DA. Okay, let us look at an example and see how HRA calculation is done. Let us assume a salaried employee whose monthly salary is 1 lakh rupees. So here we feed 1 lakh and the annual salary becomes 12 lakh. Let us also assume that his salary consists of only two components, basic and HRA. So in this example, assuming that his basic is 50,000, so HRA becomes the difference of total salary and basic, which in this case is 50,000 only. We also assume that he lives on a rent and pays a rent of 30,000 per month. So his HRA calculation will be, his HRA would be the minimum of actual HRA received or actual rent minus 10% of the basic or 50 or 40% of the salary, depending on whether he is living in a metro or non-metro. In this example, his actual HRA received for the year is 6 lakhs. His rent minus 10% of the basic becomes 3 lakhs and 50% of the salary, assuming that he lives in a metro, is also 3 lakhs. So the minimum of these three becomes 3 lakhs. So his exemption would be 3 lakhs. In the same example, if we assume that his basic salary is now 75,000, so his HRA becomes 27,000. Actual rent remains the same. So now we see the minimum of the three becomes 2,70,000. So this part becomes the HRA exemption. Now if the rent, we change the rent from 30,000 to 45,000 in the above example. So in the above example, if we change the rent from 30,000 to 50,000, so now the minimum of the three becomes actual HRA, which in this case is 3 lakhs. I'll provide the link of this calculator in the description below. you can check and calculate your own exemption using this calculator.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. In the next video, I'll be taking up on the deductions which are available under the Income Tax Act. Do remember to watch and like the video and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.